This shit crap.
Falcons, Ravens out of Baltimore, this tailgate's jumping. Bills still from Buffalo, I bet they loving this heat. Panthers from the Carolinas, Bengals, Cincinnati. Dog pound in the house, repping Cleveland, Ohio. Denver on the scene, and they repping them Broncos. The weather beautiful, it ain't a cloud in the sky. I see them Lions, Titans, and Bears, oh my.
You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and off,
but not too serious.
Gotta keep it football. You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and off,
but not too serious.
Gotta keep it football.
Green Bay tailgating, yelling go pack go. LA Rams, LA Chargers, Indianapolis Colts. Kansas City celebrating like it's still Super Bowl. Houston, Texas came deep and fired up the grill. Briskets, baby back, this just got real. Jacksonville Raider fans, all love, no hating. Miami Dolphins, Minnesota, New England Patriots. This is epic, all teams 32 tailgating.
You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and off,
but not too serious.
Gotta keep it football. You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and off,
but not too serious.
Gotta keep it football.
New York came through, both Giants and Jets. Trash talking done started, both sides placing bets. New Orleans Saints set up shop like we on Bourbon Street. It's so nice to see the Washington football team. Philadelphia Eagles came through with the game. 49ers showing out, representing the Bay. Police showed up to make sure we was straight. They gave us love and respect, and we made them play. Seattle Seahawks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the AFC, the NFC, man, they all up in here. Black and yellow on repeat from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ladies shaking pom-poms, tailgating cheerleaders. The DJ on fire playing all the hits, man. Everyone here, this tailgate mad lit. Dallas Cowboys showed up and they was deep as flow. They was chatting, dance, stepping, yelling, Cowboy up!
You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and off,
but not too serious.
Gotta keep it football. You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and off,
but not too serious.
Gotta keep it football.
You know how I go. How about them Cowboys, baby? I'm just sitting here eating my popcorn, baby.
Good God, man. Let me tell you, every Cowboy fan said the same thing as we were stomping these guys into the ground. It's about time. We've been looking for this kind of beating to put down on a team that we know we can beat down. We've been looking for it. Like you said, the Giants definitely should have happened against them. But this is the kind of beatdown that we need to show walking into the playoffs right now. We took a hold of the NFC East tonight, not because Denver lost. We won it tonight by stomping the second best team in the NFC East basically right now, and took it with us, man. Cowboys look beautiful, man. Man, me and my wife are going crazy, man. How you feeling, BG? You got your popcorn ready? You know what's up already.
Man, I'm just here for the comments. You know what I mean? You can drive the ship, baby. I'm looking at these comments. You know, we had up to 50 folks with us, like a 50 burger we put on this squad tonight. I think it was a great stamp, but I'm just here for, the comments, man. So go ahead, baby. I'm going to put these comments up there.
I was going to say, what do we got? Oh, what's up, B-Red? King Sharon in the house, as always. Look at this. Got a lot of people. Street Team Amy, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see everybody coming in. Damn, man. Yeah, you know what? It was one of those games where we felt like we had to put it on their ass, man. I don't care what they decided to do. We just kept shutting them down, man. That defense making opportunities happen, man. Actually scoring You know what I'm saying? Like it's I don't know. It's a good feeling, man. And again, I think a lot of us that are old schoolers, we try not to get too high on these situations because we don't want to feel, we don't want to get disappointed in case anything gets down. But you can't do anything but feel really good about this team right now, y'all. You can't do anything but feel real good that we just put a 50 burger on a lifetime rival. Fuck the NFC East, man. The Washington football team has been our rival since day one in 1960.
Shout out. I'm super happy for all the folks watching on YouTube. Thank you. Justin Rose, always checking in from Texas out there, says, I thought BG was going to come in early because it was such a blowout. And it's like, nah, I wanted to see, who these young backups were out there, man. Weren't there some exciting plays by some of the backups that came out after we, pretty much put them out of commission during the game?
They got to eat too. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations. They got to get their repetitions, man. Cooper Rush. Everybody was screaming for Cooper Rush. Y'all got it. How'd you feel about that? But yeah, it was impressive, man. It was impressive to see it at some point. I think Dak spread that ball out to about 8 different receivers. He'd only missed about 5 passes. He was doing what he should have been doing. It looked a lot like. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh, we were holding back. We weren't playing right." That doesn't work that way. We just didn't have it clicking, and we do right now. Walking into the NFL playoffs, we have it clicking real well, and we got to carry this momentum. And as my brother Eric B is going to probably say, we don't have to go anywhere. All the players just got to go home, get the hell out of the streets, go home, go to sleep, because you got another game in a few days at home with the Cardinals, and it's going to be a beautiful thing.
All three phases came to play, and that shows depth on a team. And man, it's very impressive when you can see guys like that at every level coming in and doing their job and doing it well. And they're getting right. That last week we talked about a BG. Last week we talked about on the road they can't score in the red zone but 30%. At home they score 80%, and it happened.
Facebook user. Good to see you, Facebook user.
Dak threw it to everybody except for Jerry Jones tonight. I mean, damn.
Jerry would have caught it too. Come on, Dak. Right here, buddy. Right here, buddy. Just throw it right there, buddy. Don't even worry about it. EB, how you feeling over there, man? You doing good? I know you and I would talk all day long on game day, all throughout the game. So it's not like we haven't said anything all day. But hey, turn your phone sideways for us real quick. I think that might. There you go, man.
Much better. Good call. Good play call.
Yeah. EB, I love that Florida room. We chilled out there for a while, man. Let me tell you, man. How do you feel? What do you think the key was today to the success, to the victory that we achieved, a 50 burger, man?
All three phases, brother. That's it. You can't go wrong when you win on all 3 phases, man. Offense, defense, special teams. I haven't seen a season like this since '94, where we're scoring on special teams, we're making turnovers on defense, and our offense is humming. That's when you have something real, when you can do it on all 3 phases.
Yeah, that's the truth. That was it. And we don't want to give anybody fuel, but to harken back to the days of Kevin Williams returning kickoff punts and stuff like that back, Kelvin Martin, having defense like Dion and Larry Brown and Kevin Smith and these guys throughout a good course of the years of the 90s, man. It does feel that way. And it was an interesting statistic to see that Trayvon Diggs has given up the most yardage as a cornerback. And I remember reading that and saying to myself, you know what? I'm good with that. I'm good with that shit, because he rarely gets scored on. And on top of it, the reason why he gives up so much yardage is because he's busting his ass to try and jump these routes and try and break these passes up. And let me tell you, man, right off the bat, for him to do what he did, that just shows you, man, this kid's not a flash in the pan. This dude has got some serious ball skills like his brother. And when you add him to the defense that we've got between Tank, Micah, and everybody doing their thing today, man, and having the offense click, we're a scary team going into the fucking playoffs. And you better believe it. I better hear it on game day morning tomorrow too. They better be saying some shit. I don't want to hear anything about them moving the goalposts like you say, BG, and saying, "Oh, well, they're supposed to beat the Washington football team." Give us a little bit of credit, man. We just beat a rival. D-Law
Hey, man,
did
the
look
big
like a
question is
seasoned
now,
running back.
The big question now is, are we, after the Arizona game, are we sitting starters?
After the Arizona game, I think if we win that game, there's no question you sit starters. You sit starters against Philly, no doubt.
Yeah, sitting them. Yeah, I mean, what's the chances we see our starters get sat come Philly now that we've got the NFC East locked up, we're clinched? We really just want to test ourselves against this Arizona team, and then after that, they decide to sit. How do we see that playing out?
It depends on the 2 seed, because it's all about the 2 seed. Because if you have the 2 seed, you automatically get, after the first round, you get a home round, first round, no bye, but you get a first round game, and then you get a second home game if you're the 2 seed. So knowing that if keeping that 2 seed is important, we might have to play out on Philly just to keep up with Tampa and to keep ahead of these guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the win out is the goal in this situation, and maybe I understand the sitting of players, but the good thing about that is if it does actually happen, we honestly do have more depth now than we've ever had in some key positions. So I'm thinking if it does turn into a situation where we've got to sit Schultz, a couple linemen, like definitely Zach Martin and Tyler, and Dak and these guys, I'd be all right with that. But I don't know that it's going to happen if we're in a crunch.
Wins, bro.
Yeah, if Tampa wins.
Winning. Yeah, Tampa wants that number 2 seed as well, man. So no, you ain't gonna be sitting anybody if you want 2 home games in the playoffs.
Hey, all I want to say is I think we're 3-0 or 4-0 in December. I don't know. Remember, we used to couldn't win in December, but hi haters, this ain't the same team.
4-0 in December and doing it with authority. And I don't want to hear anything about who it was we played. We played in our division, a competitive division for the teams that play within it. I don't care what division you're in, man. If you're getting paid millions of dollars to play the sport, your division is going to be competitive. And whether you're doing it in a great year or a not so great year, it doesn't really matter, man. We beat a division opponent today, and we've been doing it for the last few weeks. And we need a credit, man. We need a credit, and we're going to get it.
No. Now it's y'all going to be one and done in the first round. And then, I'm already saying, we know we're going to win a playoff game. Like, who's really going to stop us at this point? There's no other team that played as a complete game as we've seen tonight with Dallas Cowboys, from the offense, defense, to the special teams. I mean, am I just preaching to the choir here or what?
No, 100%, man. I think that's what's going to be discussed, and it has to be discussed. When they start talking about us tomorrow morning on all the sports teams that are going to look in, or the sports shows that are going to want to garner views and clicks and likes because of our team, they're going to talk about what they saw. What they saw was Amari Cooper talking about how he needs to be more involved, and all of a sudden he's got 75 catches in the first half, and they're chucking the rock to 9 different receivers, and they better bring up all the stuff that we talk about, man, because there's really no bad narrative to talk about right now. There's really nothing bad to say about that performance. They've got no choice but to say some good shit about the Cowboys, and that's what I'm loving.
Peaking at the right time. You always want to be peaking in December, and so you can play in January. And it hasn't happened to us in a while. 16, we had that game that was BS, whatever. But really, in 18, we had a little bit of a chance. But this time, I have a feeling that, good luck to every. BG said it, like, good luck. Who's going to beat us? Like, you're going to bring a wild card card team to our house? We're going to whoop their butt.
You're going to bring it to our house over here, man. That's right now. And I saw it at the beginning. We looked like a fanatic crowd, man, and we held that energy the entire game today, man. I feel like even the big wigs in Arlington that sit on their hands most of the time in their game, I think they really can't help right now but feel what everybody else is feeling right now, because we talk about it all the time, man. It's not always it's not always a home field advantage for us because we don't have the craziest of crowds, but we sure as hell did today. And I hope they keep that energy, man, because home field advantage is something that we want. There's a lot of reasons to keep winning, man, but to be able to win in AT&T,
we can still have the number 1 seed, fellas. We can still get the number 1 seed. We need a little help, but because Green Bay's only.
Yeah, EB, explain how we can still have the number 1 seed.
Well, Green Bay's ahead of us, so they have to lose, and we'd have to win, and then that would be it. But it's not happening. I mean, Green Bay's good, and we're really good, and we just gotta. I'm happy to have a 2 seed, but Green Bay plays. I forget who they play coming up. Somebody will probably chime in on the chat, but Green Bay almost lost it against Cleveland this week. So Mayfield had to choke, and they got lucky, and we're more dominant right now. So I'll take 1 or 2 seed. Let's go. We got to keep winning. Win out.
Yep.
Yeah, win out's the bar right now is definitely win out.
Yep, just win the front game in front of you. You know what I mean? We won our game today. Now we got Arizona. Okay, Kyler Murray, calling Dallas ass. We remember that shit. Ain't nobody forgot about that shit. Them boy, you coming for some home cooking, boy. You gonna catch. If y'all didn't know, Kyler Murray is gonna catch his first L ever in AT&T Stadium.
All right.
It's gonna be beautiful.
4 in a row. They're trending down. We're trending up, and we're going to keep those trends going. I have a feeling.
And I know a lot of people are going to say, and we've talked about it. It's always scary to go up against a team that is going into the playoffs that is in a 3. They're on about a 3-game skid right now, I think. But the thing is this: they're coming into our house. We're not traveling to Arizona after they've gotten their ass beaten 3 different ways by 3 different teams that probably shouldn't have beat them. We're doing it at the right time, and I think that's a massive thing. I think, and before we talk about it, Eric, what do you think what would you think would be the key to beating Arizona right now as we speak? If all the same rosters were playing right now, and we had to play tomorrow, what do we do to stop the Arizona Cardinals?
Well, thank goodness we are humming on all 3 phases again, is that we can ball control, we can run. Zeke didn't have any setbacks. Pollard didn't have any setbacks. CeeDee Lamb's involved. Everybody's involved. At home, we're 80% conversion. Today, we were 100% conversion on the red zone. I mean, what do you got to do? You just got to show up and play ball.
Yeah, I think so. I think like we said earlier, maybe having specifically Micah Parsons spying Kyler, that would be a big thing. Kyler Murray with his legs will destroy any defense. And if you think you're immune because you're fast, you're crazy. The guy is a monster. But if we're forcing him to do that from broken pockets, it's going to be a little bit different. The design runs are going to be something you're going to have to deal with anyway when you play them. But when we're breaking contain on him and he's scrambling, that's when I think we have a better chance. Our defense is fast on the corners, man. We're fast on the outside. I really think we have what it takes to keep that guy in the pocket and force him to be a non-mobile quarterback. Make him sit back there like an old statue and see that pocket crumble on his ass. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen.
Bro, you just got to send the horses, man. Like, okay, yeah, Kyler Murray's fast. We got 4, you know what I mean? Them G-boys, you know what I mean? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Randy Gregory, Gallimore, you know what I mean? The Tank. Y'all seen Tank getting greedy out there. He want his money, Dak Prescott. Y'all heard they got a bet going on in the locker room, right?
Yep.
It's dangerous at this point in this time right now, the way that this team is playing. We got to send the horses, you know what I mean, against Kyler and congratulations. Diggs got his 11th interception, so he's tied with Everson Walls for the most interceptions in the season by a Cowboy. So let's give it up, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. He's a bad boy.
But send the horses on Kyler, man, and let them boys, Anthony Brown might even get a pick or 2 out there. You know what I mean? Get a pick.
Hey, you saw that rookie? You saw that rookie second-round pick? Kelvin Joseph finally, he missed about 10 games with a hip, and he was out a whole bunch. And he showed up number 24 today. He showed up. They gave him a little props on TV, but I was hollering at Bob on the text. I was like, Calvin Johnson's starting to show up all of a sudden.
I think they all are. I think, and it's something they pointed out on a couple of different sports channels. The way Dan Quinn handles the rotation for our defense, he does it in such a manner that he's able to keep all of these guys fresh in specific situations, so that when he has a situation he calls upon for let's say a Keanu Neal, who's normally a safety but plays down there like a linebacker, he's going to have him fresh because he had somebody else in there for the majority of time. And the intelligence that our defensive coordinator Dan Quinn is implementing into our defense is pretty insane. People are easy to. Everyone's quick to talk about how good we are, but dude, yes, the guy's coaching us into a very, very, very talented team by basically a team he pretty much helped handcraft in the draft. I mean, these young kids who are showing out, man, and free and a couple free agents that he knows about, obviously.
We have 4 on the safety spot that are
those
free
are
agents
DQ guys.
And they're just. It sounds like '94. The way they had the rotation on the D line back then, and those linebackers. I mean, and the turnover rate that we're getting is comparable to '94. Everything is lining up to right here. 94, 95, baby. Last time right here. You get it back.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of, how hesitant we are to say that, man, but you may be right. And making plays when they need to be made, doing things that need to be done. I understand we didn't look very good, but if we're talking about the plane taking off now, this is a great time for that shit to be happening, man. And the way Dak looked tonight, happy, loose, like the game was slow again for him. That was a beautiful thing to see, man. And to see that going into what I will call the mini playoffs, which is basically the prove it round of the fact that we already are in the playoffs, but now we're going to have to continue to prove that in a regular season win bid to prove that we can go into the playoffs and actually compete. Maybe not to fans or any, but to themselves, definitely. They want to beat Arizona, and you want to beat Philly going in to the playoffs, man. Plain and simple, man.
Well, I guess they're going to both get to business then, too. We're going to see 2 great more games. So shout out to Felicia Kinman checking in right there. Brand new supporter right there. We're looking for some more green badges. I think we're up to 126. Help me get to my goal of 150. You see, when we get to 150, I'm going to get it Stash Man exclusive chain away. All right, so shout out to Felicia right there tapping in. Brand new supporter says, whoa, what a win.
What a win indeed. Stashman always got the bling too, man. Stashman's making it since day one, man. That's the crazy bling.
Yeah, you see here, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put that over you there, Eric B, but did you see this picture down here at the bottom corner? That's Stashman with one of his very first chains on the Hot Boy chains he got right there, but he got 3 champs behind him. You know what I mean? I want to see if any of our watchers here can take a guess, if maybe even you guys can take a look. You see that picture over there. See if y'all can tell who those Super Bowl ring wearers are for the Dallas Cowboys behind Stashman over there.
Man, that's a small picture.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, homie.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm 48 years old, dog, and there ain't nobody in this motherfucking square right now that's younger than 45. So you trying everybody here.
Hey, I just thought I'd throw it out there. But that's actually Lincoln Coleman, Sherman Williams, and Kenny the Shark Gant. You know what I mean?
Number 29, Kenny Gant, bro, my favorite special teams player.
Me and Eric B used to yell about the missing link back in the day, man. Lincoln Coleman, man, he was a cool, refreshing, different kind of running back after Emmett was out of there. It was a pretty interesting time to see that guy run. But yeah, the Shark, man, those were good times.
Shout out to
Speaking of backup,
exclusive bling, baby. So go ahead, Eric B.
Speaking of backup running backs, what's up with Corey Clement getting a block punt? Special teams, the 3rd string running back. What's up, man?
They're playing for these coaches, man. And there's just something about the youth movement, man, and the complete culture change that we talk about it's been the same shit, clappity clap. You did a great job. We suck. Fucking yay, yay, yay. It hasn't been like that. And I understand McCarthy looks very stoic on the sideline, like he's just like, But I urge you to understand that's not what's going on in his brain. He's a very, very, very football-minded person. He probably just doesn't look as articulate as some of these other young cats in the head coaching position. But regardless, this team is playing for these coaches, man. The coaches are letting them do what they want to do. in terms of celebrating on the field and having a sense of self at the same time having a sense of team. So if you just think about where we were last year at this exact same time, what they were describing our defense as, what we were being told we were, and that what we would be next year if we didn't shape up, it is a complete 180 in the highest regard to go from the almost absolute worst defense in the league to one of the best. I think we are the best defense in the league right now. I do not see another defense out there that's scarier than us right now.
Bro, I know Kyler Murray shaking in his boots, because if y'all didn't know, Kyler Murray is a homegrown product from the DFW area out there, Allen, Texas, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But he's never lost in AT&T Stadium, and that goes all the way back to his high school games there. But he finna catch an L next week. I know that much.
Yeah, he's gonna be running for his little life, that Mighty Mouse dude. He's gonna there's gonna be, I think, more of a complete defense coming after him. The success that you have on a weekly basis makes you want more success. You can see it in their eyes. And I don't know if you guys, I don't know, BG, if you saw this. Did you see somewhere in the middle of the game, maybe in the third quarter, where Randy Gregory was yelling at one of the coaches? And I don't know if it was like yelling at one of the coaches like, hey, man, F you, F this, or if it was just sort of like a passionate speech. But for the rest of the game, man, everybody he was talking to, he seemed like he was getting fired up with, man. Like, and I couldn't tell if it was an angry thing. I don't know if anybody in the comments section saw that, but if you guys can let me in on any of that, I don't know, man. It felt like maybe he was getting held and they weren't calling it or some shit. That's sort of the reaction he was giving. But y'all see that?
I mean, there's a lot of calls they're not going to call. We know that. I mean, that four-headed monster coming down the line. I mean, there's going to be a hold on every play. But I mean, Gregory, if you just know Gregory's story, man, how close he was not to even being a Dallas Cowboy player to now seeing how valuable of a Dallas Cowboy player he is. I just think his passion out there speaks for itself.
Yeah, 100%, man. And I think that's probably part of it all too. I don't know. BG, is BG frozen on your screen, Eric?
He sure is.
We're good though. I think we're getting him back.
That's good, but no, it's true. I think really, I did see that play, Bob, and they might chime in on the chat, but it really it's just something, his passion. He's turning into a leader. Like D-Law is the leader on that D. I get it. Diggs is leading by example, but Gregory he was saying something to them for sure, like, hey, we got to keep doing this or we're going to keep doing that. Doesn't have to be negative. Sometimes you just talk loud, right? Like me, I know I talk loud all the time, so my apologies to any of y'all out there if I'm too loud.
Yeah, I thought that was sort of a passion speech he was having too. It felt like that as well. And I think I even saw him yelling at Zeke at one point, man, which was crazy to me, just kind of like, but again, that's the shit that I like seeing. And I even liked seeing, as much as I don't love the Washington football team, I liked seeing their team fighting each other. It's just one of those things where if you see just a bunch of people sitting on the sidelines and not really having any emotion, that shows you that they're completely defeated. But that little scrap that the Washington team had at least let me know they still got a little bit of fire going on there. Like, because if they didn't give a shit, they would have never been swinging on each other. But that's the kind of stuff I like seeing from our team, and that's what they were doing. They were having fun. Who did it the best?
Who did it the best back in our 90s? Who was the guy on the sideline doing it?
Oh, playmaker all day long.
88?
Michael Irvin, yeah.
So you got to have somebody, and if Cooper's quiet, I'm surprised he said something this week, and he did, and he should have, and it worked. But on defense, sometimes you have those not crazy, but their mentality is different on that D line, and Gregory is not one to be quiet. So I like that whatever he was saying is probably for the productive, motivational, inspirational, passion. He's probably giving his 2 cents, and it might not have been clean cut, so I won't say much.
Right. What up, Mag? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, Cowboys Cousins. Yeah, I think you're right, E. That could have been it, man, because it didn't come off as an anger thing, but I just couldn't get it because it was at a time where we were playing well. It was sort of like an untimely and just didn't show on his face that it was like a productive thing. It looked like he was pissed about something, but the dude's a scary dude. And we got a whole rotation of scary dudes on that defensive line. I know they showed that graphic all the way down to Bonanno. How many people we have on that defensive line that makes it possible for us to put the correct packages in on third down so that these guys are fresh and they're able to pass rush.
Just like 90s, Brady.
It's true.
It's so awesome. It's great to see. And if you saw the sidelines in the fourth quarter, everybody was chilling. Nobody needed ice. Nobody was limping off. Everybody was just sitting down, having a good old time. And like I said, they're going home to bed right down the road, an hour away. They don't have to get in a plane for 2 weeks. Stay your butt home. Don't go out don't go catching a case. And bro, bring on Arizona, man.
Yeah, shout out to Mike Duckworth on YouTube. Shout out to all the YouTube love we've been getting over here lately. We appreciate y'all tuning in. He says, glad to see Legatron didn't miss one extra point tonight. I feel a little better going to the end of the season now.
Oh, good old Greg Z, man. You know what? Good for him, man. It's always good to see our team flourish. I hate to have the nerve, the urge to want to front kick anybody on our team, and I definitely had the urge a couple times for Greg Z. But yeah, man, he pulled his weight tonight, and you know what? Everyone did, man. The coaches, everybody, man. And it was good to see just sort of like the 360 team, the team love that was happening, man. We were putting it down in every position, and I really think that having that, like we've been saying, having that momentum going into the playoff position, the situation that we're going into, having these wins is just going to be good for us, man. It's just winning, like you say, winning is always good for business, and it's going to be good for business in our locker room. In the organization, we're starting to get that taste, and I know Jerry's getting that taste from back in the days, man. That he's starting to feel it, I think, because we're certainly feeling it. There's no way he's not, and it's gonna be really, really nice to kind of see what we do over the next 30 days.
Yeah, just in case Jerry or your folks is over there watching, you know what I mean? Stay up in the booth. Don't come down on the fan talking this week about anything. Let's keep it 100. You know, we got to face Kyler, who ain't lost in AT&T Stadium. It's going to be handy dandy to watch him catch this L on the home turf, baby. I can't wait. Jerry, stay up in the box, baby.
Please.
Yeah.
It's a very nice box. I know it is. Just hang out in there, eat your duck à l'orange, whatever the hell it is you're chowing down on, man. Hang out. Let the dirty boys get dirty and stay clean up in the box, man.
Yep.
And lastly, Dr. M, we see you, appreciate you. All our supporters, all our green badges help us get to our goal of 150. I think we're at 126 last I checked. So
nice.
Help us get to our goal of 150. Hit that green badge down there. We see you, Dr. M and Compton down there, supporter. Appreciate the support.
What? Yeah. You know what, though? Vincent, as much as we know what we're saying, and I know what you're saying is to be true, I know the narrative they're going to squeeze out of us tomorrow is going to be, we played a decrepit team that we already beat the hell out of, yada, yada, yada. Here's the deal, man. We saw them do what they should have done 2 weeks ago against the Washington football team. We saw what they were supposed to do, and we did it. We obviously weren't the same team 2 weeks ago when we played that Washington football team. It was a different situation. But I just think that this feeling right now is going to carry us in to the playoffs with some really, really good momentum. But the media is going to do whatever they can to say that the people that we're playing suck. So just get ready for that. Arm yourself with that.
That's why those home games are so important, man, because the discrepancy, it's the same team. It's just different struggles, a different environment. And when you're 33% converting the touchdowns on the road and they are 82% or 78% at home, I mean, I've been harping on that for 2 weeks, just waiting for these 2 weeks to get right. And it started today, just like I knew it was gonna. We're gonna fine-tune that offense and get it going, and it's gonna translate over to Arizona. And then if we have to go on the road in Philly and win, that's when we're gonna find out if our red zone is actually improved on the road, because we might have to win that game on the road, and then I'll feel real good going into any playoff situation.
Yeah.
Man, so that will put our record. We went out. That will put our record at what? Where's our mathematicians out there at?
14 and
4.
4.
No, it can't be 14 and 4. It'd be 13 and 4.
There we go.
Anyway, that's a lot in 4. You know what I mean?
13.
17 games. That makes sense. That math checks out.
13 and 4, yeah.
I know the haters had me confused here too, because at the beginning of the season they were talking that shit. Oh, y'all gonna go 8-8, or then they finally got it right once they downloaded the iOS. They hit their Android, their iOS updates, and they figured out, oh, it's 17 games. That's how we'll finish 13 and 4. But yeah, they just gonna keep moving the goalposts. Now it's gonna be we're gonna be one and done. We're gonna be one and done. We're gonna be one and done because the NFC East is locked up. We've clinched. All we got to do is continue to win week in and week out, and then we're gonna hear this. Oh, it's gonna be the one and done shit.
Right. And
as far as I'm concerned,
it's definitely tricky. That 17 games got me confused a few times, including right there. I was like, what's the math again? Oh, yeah. Okay.
3 hands are better than one, baby.
I think that we have a better shot as an organization this year to beat the Green Bay Packers than we ever have. They've been kind of cowboy killers for a long time since we used to beat the shit out of them in the 90s. And they've had a number for a while, but look, I'm real quick to give Davante Adams mad props. He's one of the best. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best. Those two guys are probably one of the best tandem, receiver quarterbacks you'll ever see. But they don't have a shitload of other things that terrify me, and I'm starting to get the feeling that maybe we are the superior team going into this playoff situation right now in the NFC. I don't speak for the AFC because I don't really pay attention to them. I don't really give a shit. I know Brady's great. I know all those teams are good, but as far as getting past that first round of in the playoffs and getting to a championship of some kind and then trying to get it to the bowl, you got to take it one game at a time. And I just think that we have that kind of squad right now that can take away a Davante Adams if they have to, slow him down a little bit, while still putting a lot of pressure and making Aaron make decisions that he doesn't like to do. And I keep saying them because I just feel like those are going to be the guys we're going to play in the playoffs, man. I just feel like that's going to be the –
Hey, man, ain't nobody seeing that defense except for them people that's catching these L's since we got them G-boys back. I don't think we're going to lose. I think, either one of the phases is going to win it for us. Our defense is extremely hot right now. You know what I mean? That defense is the hottest defense in the league. I'm right there with you, Bob. So, Aaron Rodgers, we're going to see what the test is going to be up against Kyler Murray. You're right. We got to win out. We got that Philly game, so they decide we got to go get another good road game, right, and win. Then we go into the postseason, see where everything shakes out at. But, hey, man, I think we're the hottest team in the league right now. And I think a lot of folks are scared because even them haters, because they can only say right now, oh, y'all are going to be one and done. Because then it was we couldn't win in December, but now we're 4-0 in December, right?
Yeah. So what else can you bring? You can't bring anything other than they're going to be one and done, and they're going to have to go. They're going to have to see a couple wins before that happens. And I don't think that one and done is there, man. I think that's. I think it's just we just gotten too close, man. It's. We had a feeling like this back in 2016. We had a feeling for a couple years before that the DeMarco Murray era was actually really promising for us as well.
That shit was fluke. I'm just calling that right now. That shit was fluke. I mean, Jason Garrett was head coach of the year. I mean, I ain't trying to bash Jason Garrett.
I know.
I know what you're saying, though. You saying that taste, though, like what Jerry and them got right now. You know what I mean? I feel you. The taste, like my girl Star Status Sarah always says, the prototype. She's been feeling it like Phil Collins coming in the air tonight. You know what I mean? It's going to be a special season. So shout out to my girl, the prototype, who's always been calling it.
No doubt. Yeah, I'm just not feeling that doubt that I had. But again, hey, that may be the feeling that you get when you whip somebody's ass 56-14 or whatever the hell that final score was. I mean, we're supposed to be feeling what we're feeling right now, which is utter confidence moving into a couple games that we have to win. Maybe not necessarily Philly, but winning out is the name of the game, man. And to find that answer that you asked for a long time ago, BG, I don't know, man. I feel like even though we might have to beat Philly to try and advance our seeding or whatever the case may be, I just feel like benching some players against that team in particular is a smarter thing to do.
That's
Because
why I
Philly's
heard
dirty, man. Philly dirty, dude. They're gonna do dirty shit.
It depends on what Green Bay does and what Tampa does. And what,
Yeah, we'll have to take it week by week.
well, it's only 2 more weeks, so it depends on what happens next week. You know, if we beat Arizona, that's definitely going to make a difference. If Tampa loses, that'll make a difference. If Green Bay loses, that'll make a difference. There's so many scenarios, and because we can still get a 1 seed, so you're not going to sit somebody. If you can still get a 1 seed, you're gonna play. You know,
very good point. Very good point, Eric B.
I hope so. Yeah.
It really
You want that 1 seed.
And the Rams are right behind us too now. The Rams are trying to get right back in it too, you know.
That's all I'm asking. You know, are we possibly going to bench some folks? Because I know we're trying to hopefully get Tyron Smith back too as well. You know, that's a big difference. You know what I mean? So,
hey, I got to ask y'all something, man. Is it a coincidence that we win when Tyron Smith is not playing?
I don't know. We're gonna have to save that one for the next show, bro. You know what I mean? Throw that one out there, but that's a deep question. But I think that you know the bigger question is, you know, can anybody beat the Dallas Cowboys playing at the level that we played at clearly today? I wonder what they're gonna have to say this week. Y'all got any parting shout outs, anything before we wrap it up here?
No.
Thanks for having me, bro. God bless. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Prosperous New Year's.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to EB, man. I was 8th place in our money league, and he called me early as hell this morning and gave me a little tip for my fantasy league. And I'm going to the finals, man, next week, man. It's crazy, man. I didn't have time to really do my lineup for the most part. This last month or two has been killing us trying to get this house in order and living here, living there. But at any rate, we're getting closer there. Somewhere around the beginning of January, man, we're going to be moved in. So Cannabis Cowboy shit's going to get ramped up. Right along with the whole BDG network and OAT and all that stuff. So thanks for everybody coming and hanging out with us tonight and for supporting me as you always have from day one. So let's see if we can get that win next week against the Cards and make Kyler Murray run for his life to the sidelines.
Yep, Kyler going to catch his first L, and Eric B called it a couple of weeks of home cooking. It's gonna take care of all of our business for us. You know what I mean? Y'all been rocking with us here on the Cowboy Cousins Live post-game report. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and thank you for commenting, liking, and sharing it. And as always, we're looking for some more Greens Bad supporters. But y'all know how we do it, just like we came in. Shout out to Lady Vice. You know what I mean? We got to keep it football, baby. We'll see y'all on the next Cowboy Cousins Live.
Damn, Jacob, this shit crack.
Falcons, Ravens out of Baltimore, this tailgate's jumping. Bills from Buffalo, I bet they loving this heat. Panthers from the Carolinas, Bengals, Cincinnati. Dog pound in the house, repping Cleveland, Ohio. Denver on the scene, and they repping them Broncos. The weather beautiful, it ain't a cloud in the sky. I see them Lions, Titans, and Bears, oh my.
You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and off,
but not too serious.
Gotta keep it football. You might not like my team, we might be rivalry.
Whatever it is, make sure you respect me.
We gon' always trash talk in season and off,
but not too serious.
Gotta keep it football.
Green Bay tailgating, yelling go pack go. LA Rams, LA Chargers, Indianapolis Colts. Kansas City celebrating like it's the Super Bowl. Houston, Texas came deep and fired up the grill. Briskets, baby back, this just got real. Jacksonville Raider fans, all love, no hating. Miami Dolphins, Minnesota, New England Patriots.